Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate it. We'll go through here and say hello to everybody. I know Miss Mary was first. Hi, Mary. Hi, Willie. Hi, Robert, Melissa,
Hi, everybody.
Silver Assassin, Brian, my brother. How are you doing? Hello, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Mr.
Hey,
Mosby.
Jody.
Why is this not doing what it's supposed to be doing? Trying to get my phone going just in case we have somebody that needs a wrench.
Hi, gentleman prospect
Hello,
here.
gentlemen. Looks like that's about it for right now. See, we have Mark Taylor just come in. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Brian, Mr. Tri Valley.
Hey, Brian.
I'm excited about the hunt this fall. Can't wait. Hello, Kenneth.
Hey, Kenneth.
So I got a feeling that at some point in time tonight, what are you looking around for?
What are you laughing at?
Well, I just got a feeling, one of those things that at some point in time tonight, I'm going to be called a punk and I might get hit.
Why?
I'm just throwing that out there. It's just one of those feelings, sometimes you have those feelings that you just can't explain. So why are you looking at me like that?
You're planning something. I don't know.
Hi, Jessica. I'm not planning anything.
Do I just need to do it now and get it over with?
No, you don't need to do it now.
Okay.
There's no need to rush. Uh,
Hi, Jessica.
so we will see when it happens.
When it happens?
Yeah, I'm just out of the blue. I got a feeling you're gonna get crazy because you never know with you. Risha, don't trust him.
I'm not, man.
Hi, Ray.
I don't.
Uh, I'm gonna drop the link in here, just in case anybody wants to come up and chat. Because I know Mr. Raymond may want to.
Awesome, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
We appreciate that very much. Did I?
I'm pretty sure it will be earned. That's right.
Hello,
Shane.
Shane. Did that go up there or
Um,
no?
I don't see it.
Oh, I hit too many buttons. That's why.
Got money on Beard getting hit. Yeah. Probably happened.
There's the link. If anybody wants to come up, Brian, you're more than welcome to come up too if you want to. Uh, we didn't holler at anybody for tonight. We just thought we would go.
Why are you acting so weird?
Why are you looking at me?
Why do you keep looking over there?
I'm just looking in that general direction
Why?
towards you. Why are you looking at me like you're all like an old chicken with his
Am I
hackles
supposed
up?
to see something? Did you plant a snake somewhere?
Awesome, Shane. No, I didn't plant no snake anywhere. Why would you love snakes? So why would I do that?
I don't know.
I know it's not snakes, but it's bringing this up for the past.
Device not connected.
Yep, says
On
device
Ray.
not connected, Ray. Okay, Brian, I appreciate it though. Um, for what, about 2 months now, we've been seeing these little, well, they
Yeah.
started out this big, little tiny toads on the porch. And the little
They're
guys
so cute.
keep getting bigger, and now they're about like this. And last night we had seven of them out there.
It was like a congregation. They were so cute.
Hi, Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Hi.
How
How's
you
it
doing,
going?
buddy?
Not too bad, thank you. Yourself?
Good.
Doing good, I think. Nobody's told me any different.
Well, I must admit the temperatures have been doing well this last 3 days.
Really? Good.
Yeah, we've been, 82, around 88.
We're
So
in the 90s.
I've been
Yes.
I've been out today.
Good. Good deal. Yes, it is a horde of frogs. Hi, blonde one.
Hi, Kat. Yeah,
Oh,
but
sorry about your pain.
what did I miss?
Said she's had a lot of
No.
nerve pain in her back.
Yeah. I got a
That's
little.
right, Shane.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. Bunch of little Johns.
Yeah.
Just to tell you, Beard, we're a little undecided about next year at the moment.
I was
Okay.
going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can make it.
Well, I could do you a deal. You better make it here first, don't you?
I would love to, Ray. We plan on coming over there. I don't know just when,
Yeah.
but we are coming over. Got a few things got to take care of.
He's got some surgeries coming.
Yeah, so I mentioned a while back, I really wasn't going to say anything, but since you brought it up, about my back and my arms. So I got good news the other day. Out of 5 possible surgeries, I only have to have 4.
Okay.
Both elbows, both hands.
What new joints?
It's it's called an ulnar nerve in the elbow and carpal tunnel syndrome.
I know. I understand that. Yeah.
All right, Robert and Melissa, thank you guys for coming
Yes,
in.
thanks.
Much love.
Good night.
So, just a second here.
Why are you hiding your phone?
Why am I hiding my phone? So there is a good.
When you said you got your surgeries, I was a bit concerned whether they're going to put you under so they could cut your beard.
That is possible. Wow.
What if they cut your beard? What?
So this is the part where I may get knocked out. So Brian from Tri-Valley, which is an awesome guy, he really is. Love Brian to death. This fall, we are going to a seated hunt that he's going to have. Let me look at my phone. So he has some incredible prizes. He decided to do a early drawing for a prize because all the participants had paid up. So he put everybody's name in there that is in the hunt. Also, if they were a teacher,
So you left this part out when you were
military.
telling me this earlier.
military, first responders, any of that got their name put in twice. So he had the drawing.
Oh, he's gonna get it.
So I won this.
Let me see it. What is that?
And this. I know it's hard to see in the.
Are you kidding? So you just didn't want to tell me that over dinner? Is that what it was?
Well, I found out when you were taking a nap, and I was going to try to.
Oh,
So, Brian, I can't thank you enough.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough. I can't.
Yeah,
I still
he's-
can't believe it.
He's really lucky.
Brian is, like I said, Brian's an awesome guy. Well, let me turn this down.
I tell you what, Charlie, it's all the time.
Well, I give you warning, and it hasn't happened yet, but the word will come out.
I'm sure there's silver in there.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just honored to win it.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But hi, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
So, Ray, do you have any idea when you might know whether you're coming or not?
Well, we're a little undecided. Dave's coming over to Birmingham at the weekend because I don't know whether, no doubt you may have heard or not, we had that ding ding bingo game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the guys who lives about 15 miles from Birmingham actually won last week. So
Wow.
he got all his, he sent an email a messenger to Dave saying, well, what's come out? And as Dave said, well, you have to watch the videos to see what's come out. I can't tell you. We only tell them when, is this on your ding ding bingo list? And consequently, when on his live, he gave out, a raffle for a wild card, and of course he won one.
Yeah.
And when we was out on the Sunday, Dave said, well, he's got two options because on the hard to find items, he'd got either a medal or a scooter or motorbike, whichever. And we were talking to ourselves in the car and we say, well, if he's got any inkling or upstairs, he'll go for the medal, thinking a scooter or motorbike will come out. Well, as it so happened, we were in a canal near Rugby and we'd been in two locks, which were side by side, and we'd just got little bits out. I went down at the bottom of the lock, threw my magnet out, and I pulled a windlass, which is the lock key that turns the paddles up. But then I was happening to sort of strike on something near the bank. One or two efforts, and magnet was coming off. Then Dave bought his magnet, so the both of us had got our Evo Extremes on. And of course, as soon as we started lifting, which we'd got a good hold, the wheel of the motorbike scooter came out.
Oh.
We got it out. Fortunately, the Canal River Trust guy, who are volunteers, we were looking at it on the bank side, and Dave said to me, well, yes, we've got the scooter out, so that'll be on the bingo list, but how do we get it away from the canal? Because we always take our rubbish with us.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were sort of looking at it, dissecting it in our minds to think, oh, yeah, we'll get the angle grinder, take this bit off, take that bit off. Yes, we can do whatever. And the guy from the Canal Trust came down and we said, we've got a problem. What's that? Well, yeah, we can take it away, but do you have any way to get rid? And he said, leave that with me. And then he had a word with a lady who came to our aid and said, oh, great. Yeah, there's an old fridge by our rubbish bins that we've asked to be taken. If you get it over there, they'll take that as well. So fortunately, we used his wheelbarrow, wheeled it over. And as we did that, Dave said, hope the guy who had the wild card messaged me to say he's going to book the medal as his wild card. He will win the bingo list. That, of course, if he shouts the bingo. And consequently, the following that was the Sunday, the video went out on the Tuesday, and by Friday he'd sent Dave a message. So he's won roughly around about $190.
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
Hello, Mainly Dirt Fishing Rob. Just Be Cool Don and Dispatch. Thank you for coming in.
Hi, guys.
So consequently, on Sunday, we meet up with him. We're actually in Birmingham, in the centre, where we can park without having to pay. And we'll be fishing some of the locks, which is called the Farmers Bridge Locks, which is about 13 in the flight going down. So we'll see what we pull out there.
Yeah. Wow.
But we have been on that canal today, and from one lock we pulled out a shopping cart, a hire scooter, which the company has since withdrawn, so we could chop that up and take it with us. Various scaffolding poles, and one of the a lady who comes out with us, she pulled out a glass case, and there was 45 pence inside.
Wow.
Hi, backbreaking.
Hey, backbreaking.
So,
That's really cool.
so consequently, she had a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I weighed in my scrap. Where are we? We are now on Monday, and that amounted to, I'm just doing a quick conversion, to around about $90.
Wow. That's great. Good
So,
job.
we're sort of bringing it in, and we had a lean day Sunday.
You, Mark.
We went to a place down south, which we thought we may get something. We did get a few things, but nothing really to speak of. But yet again, you can never tell.
Oh, wow.
But today, of course, one thing that you would rave about over there, we call them over here a zombie knife.
Oh.
Which sort of, you got the normal blade, but across the top, it's like cut out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But of course, that's not a keeper.
Oh.
That's to the police.
Ah, okay.
I said, yeah, it's got to be under a
It
certain
does?
length, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
was-
having been down to the police station last week, where I handed in a BB gun, which shot, shoots the small ball bearings, which we
Yeah.
can keep, but no.
Yeah.
Also, 25 12-bore shotgun cartridges,
Wow.
two 9mm bullets, and a bag of various sorts of knives. Some were kitchen knives, which I could keep, but there were some knives that I had to hand in.
Yeah.
And the lady went to get a bag out of the cabinet to put the knives in. And she says, oh, your name and address. I said, oh, I'll save you the trouble. I've written it down on a little piece of paper. Puts it under the counter for her. And she says, oh, my God. I said, oh, what's the problem? Oh, well, last time you came in, you bought some knives, yes. You bought some shotgun cartridges, yes. But you also brought in some railway track explosives that they put on the track that detonate. I said, yeah. Oh, well, she says, as soon as we saw them, she says the old police station was evacuated and the bomb squad came in.
Hey, Brockton, how you doing, brother? So I got to give a shout out to my little homie, grandson. He's watching.
Beard
All
light.
right.
Beard Light. Hey, bro.
Hi, baby.
Papa misses you, dude.
Hi, Brockton. So consequently, I caused mayhem at the police station.
Oh my gosh.
But I think they know me now because every time I take something, oh, whereabouts did you get that? But only a fortnight ago, I was on the canal with the brother-in-law who's virtually blind, but he likes fishing. And first item we pulled out was a DVLA, which is like a person who hasn't taxed their car and consequently put a big wheel clamp on it. But somebody had cut it off, thrown it in the canal. We got it out. And then the second pull, I thought, oh my God, it was a Lee Enfield rifle.
Wow.
Now that wasn't an old one. That was pretty. One, they've made various. What do you call them? Sort of, Mark 1, 2s, and so on. And it was a pretty recent one actually. And that when the two lady officers came, had a look at it, saying, "Oh, we're just custodians waiting for the armed officers to come." Which, of course, we have an armed response unit. And consequently, they looked at it. Now, normally, they have a look, take a photo, and they pop it in the bag, and away they go. But on this occasion, no, they got the bolt action working, they got the magazine spring working, they even poking stuff down the barrel, they got the barrel clear. The only thing that they didn't do was actually get the trigger working, because if they had, well, you could have put bullets in and started firing the thing.
Right. Hi, Loretta.
But consequently, they actually took it away. And the two women officers were quite intrigued because we actually pulled out a shopping trolley while we were waiting for the armed force to come.
Wow.
But then it was so comical. They'd all gone. And lo and behold, we didn't pull out another 2 9mm bullets.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, I know a lot of times around here, if we find a firearm, when the officer comes to pick it up, they'll want to know the exact spot you found it.
Yeah.
But this one bridge where we found several, they know there's been, I forget how many now, guns, firearms used in crimes, and there was one used in a murder. So they want to know where it was at, because one of the guys that was an accomplice to this guy took him and showed him where it was thrown in the water. They put divers down there, and there was so much silt and metal that they couldn't find it. They had little underwater detectors, but they were going off everywhere because it's just solid metal everywhere. So I guess they're want to know. So if it was found in that area, they could tie it to that crime, I guess. Hi, Northern Found.
Just to say, Jodie's wife, Kathy, asked, what was I drinking? Yes, it was tea, and it was the Yorkshire tea that we gave out to you and Risha, as well as to Kathy and her husband.
Wow.
And also I sent her 2 UK, it's like baking flat, the flour, that you bake with, 2 cookbooks, 2 cookbooks to her with what is known as an oat cake recipe, which if she sends sort of an oat cake, really what it is, it's made with oatmeal, but it's very similar to a pancake in looks and style, but not as thick. It's reasonably thin, and consequently that is classed as savoury. So what you normally serve that with is, a lot of people love putting a fried egg on top, breaking the yolk, and that spreads all over the oat cake.
Wow. Hi, Brenda. Bye, Jay.
So consequently, they technically made in the counties of Staffordshire and Derbyshire.
Wow.
So she's got the recipe, and hopefully she'll get the oatmeal. You also have to, like you would do bread, having put all the ingredients, you put yeast in and you let the rise, and then you pour it into the pan how you would make a pancake.
Oh, okay. Hi,
If
Jake.
you ever, sorry.
I was saying hi to Jake that came
Oh,
in.
right.
Hi, Jake. Thank you. Yeah, when we come over there, I don't know. We may have to stay like 3 weeks
Yeah.
just to get to see as much as we want to see. Loretta said she needs the recipe, Ray.
Sorry.
Loretta said she needs the recipe to what you were just describing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, if she sends me a messenger request, I can send her the details.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
Yes, we're once I undecided, we're deciding sort of one thing. I know you won't say on air, which I can understand, like we do over here, because I heard Clayton was looking as to where you were going to go.
Yeah.
Right.
As to where we may stay or not, as the case may be.
Okay.
So whether, if you do know where you are going or you're thinking of fishing, if you send me a message and tell me where, I can look up on my big American map, because I've got a map of all the states. I can then sort of give a feel, because let's face it, sending me a message, I won't be blighting to everybody else where you're thinking you're going to have it.
Right.
Right. Well, I honestly don't know. I know there's 2 different places they're considering.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I don't think they're sure exactly yet which of the 2 locations they're going to pick.
But sort of, if we know it's in Wisconsin, fine.
Yes, it is.
And
Yeah,
in
it's
which
in
case, then we normally fly into Chicago and pick a car up, as you know. And okay, Clayton's got Dave's Magnet, and Eddie from Sawdust has got my Evo. And so consequently, it's one of those that I think there is a spare Evo over there. But I think dollars wise, I think it breaks most banks of the cost what it would be.
She wants the link. That's cool.
Now, Kathy's asking if Gillian would come. I don't know, because she's having to look after a mother who's blind, and she's getting not trying to be old, but her birthday, I think, is either the 2nd or 3rd of next month. Well, it's actually, tell a lie, it is the 1st of August here. It isn't with you. But consequently, she's getting a little bit cantankerous, if you like, which I suppose you shouldn't say, but we do. And so consequently, we're not sure.
There's a lot of people get cantankerous when they get older, just like this one. She hit me a while ago. I don't know if everybody caught that or not, but she did hit me.
I did smack him.
Well, that's why you're going to have to go into surgery.
Yeah. From her smacking me.
Have they told you not to do any more magnet fishing?
No.
No.
No, I waited over 3 weeks to hear from them. The lady called me and she was talking so fast. I'm like, she said the doctor suggests that you have carpal tunnel surgery, and I forget whatever it's called, a release surgery, where they do it and on your elbow. And she just kept rattling, and I said, is that one arm or both? She said, oh no, it's both. And you can do them both at the same time, or you could. I said, whoa, wait a minute. She said, you don't have to have an appointment. All you got to do is call and we'll get you right in there. All right. Brian, thank you again, brother. I can't
Yeah,
believe
that's amazing. That was really cool.
it. Somebody's gonna try to steal it. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, I just wanted to stop on really quick and apologize to you profusely that my live ran over the first like 10 minutes of your premiere yesterday. I was trying to redirect and I didn't know I couldn't because I don't have enough subs. And so I just kept telling everybody and then everybody left. So I couldn't redirect you and I apologize.
Oh, there's
That's
no need to
okay,
apologize. That's
no.
all right.
So yeah, so that was what I wanted. I just wanted to say sorry. So
That's okay.
Right.
No big deal.
yeah, so but yeah, so that was it. That's all I wanted to do was come up and say hi and sorry.
That's okay. It happens. It's no big deal.
Yeah. So all right, well
Well,
I will be out then. That was it.
Have
All
a
right.
good night.
Thank,
night,
I love
Charlie.
you guys to death. You guys are so such great. You're amazing.
Thank you.
You are too. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Bye guys.
Bye.
By the way, Beard, Willie has saying about the cube magnet,
Uh-huh.
and it has been getting a bit of mixed reviews over the UK.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've heard people say since it has that solid square corner that it cracks easier if you land on something solid with that corner, that it breaks easier. I don't know.
Yeah. We haven't used one. So.
Yeah.
Well, would you believe the magnet, the extreme that we use, the cover is actually pressed out of one ring of stainless steel.
Okay.
So,
Tom.
so consequently, round the top of the magnet, where the seam is, and it's bent over, consequently, that is its weak point, in as much as my Evo started cracking and breaking, i.e. not the magnet, but the actual case.
Case.
So what I did was before it was about halfway round and I stopped using it because I've got a spare, and I got the blowtorch on the thread locker to get the eye bolt and nut off. The bolt that went through the magnet was slightly bent at the top, got that out, then prized the cover off the magnet. And then I saw a guy, as you well know, Birmingham's a place of 1,000 trades, and went to a guy with the cover and magnet who actually made me a brand new one, which was a thicker, but he welded the top, the actual cover at the top with the bottom, with the base that goes around the magnet and a seam down. And I have to say, he's made a fantastic job.
That's awesome.
So consequently, that magnet is now back in use, which I was using it today. But I've still got another extreme. I say one, I've got two actually, which is still in spare because the guy who sells them is out of stock at the moment.
Yeah, I know that they have that 6,000 pound cube, which that would hold on to hi Zed, that would hold on to a lot of stuff. But then again, if it hooked on something solid, I don't think I'm strong enough anymore to pull it loose.
But it'll be interesting, as I say, some people have started using it. They say that stuff is actually coming onto the bottom and the top, but not the sides. Whether that is the case, I don't know. But seeing is believing, actually.
Yeah, hi, big movie fan. Yeah, Shane said 6,000 is too much. I know there's the bridge we go to a lot. That would be a handy magnet for daubing along the edges. But there's some stuff out there on one side of the bridge, you throw out, and I guess there's a pipe or something that runs the length of the bridge out a ways, because when you hook on it, you don't ever move it, and you hook on it basically the whole length of the bridge, and it's what, 150-yard long bridge. And it's all I can do when that Titan grabs it to pull it loose from that. So I don't know that I could pull a 6,000-pound pull magnet loose from a solid object like that.
Hmm.
That's all right, big movie fan. Happy birthday to your nephews.
Yeah, happy birthday. And I just want to throw this out there, Miss Charlie. You can come up on our live anytime.
Yeah.
We're glad you came up. You didn't have to apologize, but we were glad to see you, and you're welcome anytime.
Yep, you are. You're welcome anytime. That's what we tell everybody. They're always
Yeah.
welcome to come up, enjoy visiting with different people, enjoy visiting with Ray, because we
Yeah.
only get to see him once a year, and
Yeah.
hopefully he comes back next year.
Yeah.
Well, if we do, I suppose we'd have to conjure up something different to the lucky bags that we brought over this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. I love my little silver shoe.
Yeah.
Well, would you believe when I got that out, Risha, I got a bangle out along with actually four rings.
Wow.
One said it was 18 carat, like a gentleman's signet ring.
Uh-huh.
And then there was a smaller ring with a stone missing, and then these two rings, which one had got what looked like a big diamond, but having taken to the jeweler, she said, "Ooh," and then she said, "I'm terribly sorry." She says it's glass.
Oh,
So I said, "Okay, not to worry." But
No.
I was convinced that the actual ring that it was set in looked like silver. And
oh,
there was also another ring that I had with a stone missing. So, as you know, or people don't know, in Birmingham, they have quarters. We have got a gun quarter where they make guns, as you know, which you think, well, how could you say? We're not a gun nation, but they do make them.
Right.
And also a jewelry quarter where a lot of the jewelry is made.
oh.
And so I took it to these two rings along with the other bits to a place that I go, which is called Birmingham. I think it's the Birmingham Gold Company, because they deal in gold and silver. They buy it, of course, take all your details. And so I gave them the two gold rings, what I thought, and he's got one of these things that he puts it not in. Well, I say puts it in, he puts it on and then covers it, and they must sort of send rays through it to tell you whether it is or whether it isn't. And he says, he says, you've got two fantastic brass rings.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Hello, Alpine Gulch.
So, but then the bangle and the two other rings that came through actually were silver.
Wow, that's
So-
awesome.
So they got sold. So that got me about $20.
Cool. That's great.
So can't complain on that.
Yeah.
One day, Risha got a bag, and as she's pulling it up, I said, "It looks like there's stuff falling out of it," and there was, and it had a bunch of
Costume.
jewelry, but we don't know what actually fell back in the water because it was non-magnetic. And there was some, I forget now, there was 2 or 3 things in there that was metal that clung onto the bag. So there could have possibly been some gold or silver in it. We don't know because it all fell back in the water.
Yeah, we do get a bit of costume jewelry, what people from the Asian community actually throw in as offerings.
Oh.
But sometimes it was interesting. Only last week, I got a 4-foot metal bar out, pretty thick actually, and there was also a plastic bag attached, thinking, oh, the plastic bag, once I get the bar off, the bag will come off because it's plastic, we'll take it out the water.
Uh-huh.
But it was still stuck to the magnet.
Oh.
And I thought, well, that's unusual. Takes it away from the water, so if anything spilled out, it wasn't going to go back in.
Mhm.
And it was a load of coins.
Wow.
Wow.
And I didn't bother counting it. I just put it into my bucket and put it to one side. I got it home and started cleaning it. And I finished up with 11 Pakistan rupees,
Wow.
£1.58 in UK money, plus €4.47,
Wow.
and on top of which I got 11 and a half dirhams, which is the United Arab Emirates money.
Wow. That's really cool.
And so when I did all the conversions, what have you, we were talking about $10 worth of currency.
There you go.
Wow.
So if you're going to Dubai, I've got some dirhams. If you're going to Europe, I've got the euros.
There you go.
I don't charge commission. Whatever the exchange rate is, that's what you get.
Yep. Oh, that's funny. Oh,
That's true.
yep.
What the heck?
I don't know what it is.
I thought I was going crazy for a minute.
No, there's something flying around. I don't know what it is though.
I don't either. But yeah, we can't wait to come over there.
Yeah.
So I don't know when it's going to be now that I got to have this work done. So, and I don't know when that's going to happen.
Of course, it will make you, if they do the same over here as they do with you, and that is if you buy travel insurance, they'll say, well, have you got any operations pending?
Mm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And in which case you have to make okay, the carpal, okay, it isn't, but as I would, yes, it's not, it's okay, but it's not like if you had a serious like heart complaint or stuff of that nature.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wakes me up at night. I don't sleep too good anyway, and I'll wake up every little bit. Both arms just hurt, and I have to sit there and move them and work my hands and move my arms and get them to quit hurting. And I go back to sleep for a little bit and
Well,
wake up.
you know how I can tell you how you got that.
Working.
No. You using the finger too much on the trigger.
Oh.
No, it's from too much repetitive motion over the years.
Yeah. So now I'm being rude. You said you were going to retire in May. May's gone. We're nearly, we're in August. I take it you're still working.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Still working. I'm in trouble for it.
Oh.
But you don't get, what is it, Medicare till you're 65.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to find some private insurance, and I'll have to see how high that is.
Oh, what
So
you mean?
Ray, when you've worked your whole life and that's all you know, it's kind of hard to just not work anymore. That's all I've known.
Well, you've got
There's no such thing as too much trigger therapy.
No, but you've got your anvil.
Yeah, I haven't done that in forever.
What is this?
So you're saying if you I take it the health insurance, well, the medical
Thank you, Willie.
insurance, your medical insurance stops when you retire?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Does.
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you, Jody. Yeah, when I first started there, the man that started this business, you got stock in the company. He gave you, after like a year, you started getting stock, and after I think 10 years, you were fully vested. So what stock you had, you got 100% of. He guaranteed you if you worked so many years that you would retire a millionaire through the stock, and you could retire at 62. You would have full medical coverage until you passed away. Great company, great benefits. He turned the company over to his son, and as soon as his son took it over, it went straight down. In fact, they almost had to shut the doors. The bank had to come in, bring a guy in to run the company. We had to take, I think it was 70, or no, it was more than that. It's like $1 something pay cut just to keep the doors open for a set amount of time till they got the company turned back around. And it did better, but they never give the benefits back that we originally had with the original guy that started the company. So his son ended up selling out to another company.
Okay, big movie. I'll be right back.
They made windows for houses. We make windows for skyscrapers, condominiums. We might have 100 windows on a job that's 100 different sizes. The company that bought us was used to like 10 sizes, and that's all we make. Hey, Willie.
Hey.
And then
Willie.
they ended up selling
Hey,
to
Ray.
another company, and it's gone downhill ever since. It just keeps spiraling down.
That's not good.
No. I was reading what Big Movie Fan said. All right, Big Movie Fan, thank you. So they keep making more and more changes, and there's no guarantees the doors of that place even going to be open in a year.
It's a problem with private companies or large-scale companies. My whole town out here used to be real popular in the 70s and 80s for manufacturing work. My father worked that sort of stuff for 35 years, and he had to bounce between companies just because of that, outsourcing, stuff like that, free trade, blah, blah, blah.
Well, when I first started there, it was nearly impossible to get hired on in that place because nobody left. It was a great place to work. The man that owned the company would come through at least twice a month, shake your hand, ask you how you're doing. Is there anything you need? Anything make your job better? He cared about his employees. I mean, you had to work, but he cared about you and he took care of you. As soon as his son took over, it just went downhill.
Quality.
Now we're just a number.
Yeah, that's what happens anymore. I'm just glad I work for a private individual.
Yeah, we went from the man that owned it, who, like I said, he gave stock to all his employees. So basically, the employees were partial owners of the company.
Mm-hmm.
And now the owners of the company are multi-billionaires, and all they see is dollar signs.
Huh.
Well, it wouldn't last 5 minutes over here, Beard.
And the part I work in now, it's called offline testing, where we take the windows, we put them on this big buck, and we run air and water to make sure they don't fail water and air, that we put out a quality product. Hi, Nate. And they find ways around having to fix it. We have the same issues over and over, and now nobody used to. If you didn't do your job right, you got wrote up or you got fired. Now they don't want to offend anybody. They might hurt somebody's feelings, so they just let it go.
No quality control.
No, we got all kinds of quality, but we have no. I mean, I'm part of quality too, but we can show them what's wrong. But the bottom, they say that it's safety, quality, production, but that's not it. It's production, production, production. Because if it ain't going out the door, they're not getting paid and not making any money. But they spend millions of dollars a year sending people out to repair the faulty windows they send out the door.
A shame.
That's true, Shane. They got a guy in charge now that worked at a company before he came to this one, and he ended up messing the company up, and they had to shut the doors.
Oh, wow.
To this company, so
Hey, Cape Cod.
Yeah, hi, Guy.
Who knows what's going to happen?
So if you would say, Bid, if you were to, when I say leave now, I take it your pension, if you get one, I'm not being rude, if your pension you get, in which case then if they were to go under whilst you're working, you might not get that.
Yeah, we really don't have a pension anymore.
No?
They had an 80 and out raise, so if your age and the amount of years you worked at this company equaled 80 years of age or 80, you could retire. They would carry your insurance. They would do all that stuff. And as soon as the old man retired, all that was gone.
I take
all I
it
got 401k.
I take it you don't get any state pension from the US government.
No. The government takes and takes. They don't give us anything.
The only thing we actually get usually is end of the year for taxes. That's
Yeah.
about it. It's what every American gets. You get X amount when you pay in, and certain people still have to pay in instead of getting anything back.
Is there any, so the back here, Beard, there is a level whereby if your earnings, I'll use rough figures, say you're earning $15,000 a year, you wouldn't be liable for tax if you had retired. Anything over that, yes, you would be paying 20 cents in the 20 cents in the dollar. Okay.
Right.
Whereby, is that the same over your way? I.e., if you was earning $15,000 a year from your pension, are you is there a cutoff before then you start having to pay tax or not?
Well, my tax lady told me if I retired, I can make a penny under $20,000 a year and not pay taxes on it. Not have to pay taxes. So I'm assuming yes, to a certain point. Okay, yeah, I was seeing that Brian said that he doesn't get paid overtime. I worked a place that when you worked a Sunday, you got double time.
Yeah.
Regardless of your hours. And I worked a lot of Sundays, and they realized how much money they were putting out. So they switched their policy to you had to be working on overtime on a Sunday, but then it was only time and a half.
So
all these companies make policies to benefit the company.
Yeah. So if you were hypothetical, then, Beard, say you earn $25,000, the £5,000, the $5,000 you'd earn, that would be taxed.
That's what, if I understood her right, yeah.
And do you know what percentage that would be?
I'm not sure, Ray, what that would be.
Back here, it would be 20%.
I was looking at some of the chats. Shane says Social Security at 66 and a half. So I can retire at 62, but I don't get full benefits unless I work. I think I have to be 67 and a half, almost 68 years old to get full benefits to retire.
Right. It is 67 in the UK, by the way.
But it used to be at 62, you retired, it was full benefits. Hi, Mama. Thank you for coming in. Great to see you. It used to be 62 in the US, and then they changed it to 65, which at 65 you get Medicare, I think it is. But they keep raising the full retirement age. Like Willie, he may have to be 82 before he can get full retirement because they keep changing it.
Yeah, that's the problem with stuff like that. They can't keep a set rate at all, set age or anything. It's just so crazy.
I say, Bid, in the UK, it used to be women at 60, men at 65. And then they started talking about equality. So then the women was then taken that they didn't retire at 60. They had to retire like the men at 65.
Huh.
And now they've actually put it up to, I think it's 66 for both. But I think they're talking of possibly raising it another year to 67.
Yeah. Ron, it's getting to where people die before they get old enough to retire.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
You know, somebody that's worked 50 years deserves some time left in their life to enjoy retirement.
Yeah.
But there's people that won't retire. I work with a guy, and I've worked with him since I've been there. He said, I'll never retire. He said, if I do, I'll have a part-time job. He said, but I'll always work. Like, I got other things I could be doing besides going to work in the morning.
Could do the civil service, for instance, like the police here, having worked, I think it's something like 25 years, they have to retire. Would that be the same over there, or do they have to retire like you when they get to 67?
I think they have to be like me.
I know of an individual that my boss knows. He worked for the police force for 30 years, I think.
Yeah, but even the people in the military can get in there and stay 20 years and they can get a retirement from the military, but I think they still got to be retirement age before they start drawing it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Still as clean as the day I got it from your beard.
Awesome.
I haven't used it still, so one day.
Well, it's been really dry here and hot. It's 94 here right now.
It is 101 where I am at right now.
74 here, Beard.
Excuse me, 102 degrees Fahrenheit.
I'd like the 74.
Yeah.
I'm a cold weather person anyway. Hey, Dave. Thanks for coming in, brother. Yeah, I'm a cold weather person. I'd rather the lows be about 34 in the morning and get up to a high of about 65. I'd be happy. and I wouldn't have to ever wear a jacket.
I guess you could always live down in the mine that's outside of town.
Yeah.
Where I live, it's always 65 degrees.
Hi,
Yeah.
Dave. Hi.
Go
You
ahead,
say
Larry.
hi, Dave, to Sawdust. Hope Eddie's using the Evo.
Yeah, Dave, is Eddie using the Evo?
Well, they've got one because it's mine that I left with Eddie. If they wanted to use it, it was there to be used.
Ray doesn't have a channel. He magnet fishes with Sonic, Adventures with Sonic. And it's Sonic with a K. They magnet fish together. They have for a long time.
Hopefully this coming fall be able to use this metal detector again out at where Brian lives.
Yeah, you should be able to, Willie. We went Saturday for a little bit, and it was really hot, and just a little bit Sunday, and we got a lot of rain, but it's just dry as a bone here. Grass is dying. It didn't take long for that water to evaporate with this heat.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain about 10:30 soon, but Kansas has just been too dang dry. I mean, my
You're
boss says that Table Rock will get rain every other weekend, but you get it where you can get it.
Yeah.
And speaking of the man himself, there's Brian himself.
Alpine Mary dropped the link for Sonic's channel. Ray and Dave pull some pretty cool stuff out over there.
So you were saying earlier that the cube is kind of flawed.
Well, they're not. So the one guy who's, if I can not being rude, Willie, like to you, he's got an array of magnets from various sources, and he actually bought it, and he was not very impressed with it at all.
I see.
And sort of the how could you describe? I think Magnetar weren't very keen when he sort of commented about the pluses and the minuses. I don't think they were very keen, from what I heard.
True.
But he was only giving his opinion.
Yeah, I get you. I've always tried to kick around the idea of getting it compared to not getting it. I've had 2 or 3 of the Magnetar line, and they were pretty good magnets, especially the Barbarian. The thing took a beating when I used it, and this was when I was first starting out, between the transition between Brute Magnetics and Kratos Magnetics, and I bought that on a whim, and I was pretty impressed by what their company has to offer for a good size magnet. But yeah, I didn't mean to, but I smacked it against a bridge pillar once and took a chunk out of it, and I was still impressed by the quality of it. So I kind of used that little bit of knowledge that I had.
Yeah. If you see, there's one guy over here called Paul Houlihan, and he's got an Evo Extreme, and he's got sort of, as you lift it up on the base, he's got a chunk out of it, but it's still performing.
That's true. I mean, take a look at what Mr. Kratos himself, Ben, was using. He was still using that first gen Titan that was the aluminum cover. I had one for years, and the day I and Bucky were out at Emporia Bridge, the bolt came out of the magnet, and oh, there it went. It's gone.
We've already taken care of that.
Okay. Hi, Auntie Mama.
I must admit, though, I noticed when I was over in Nashville, one guy was using a Brute 360, their heaviest. I think
Mhm.
very similar to the Fisher users, and I was very impressed with the actual thickness of the case.
Yeah, the Brute Boss is a good magnet. You can definitely tell from what Bucky's uh, usage of that was how it's good, but the case was really good. I did buy one before I gave it to someone at the Flash Bash in 2022, and it's a solid case, but the magnet does like to absorb a little too much shock through that big thick case.
Yeah.
And I've seen multiple people that have had that very magnet. It just cuts that magnet down. Now, if they were to have sealed it completely, it would have probably lasted a lot longer. But I mean, that's the difference on that. Now, here's something. If you compare Brute's clamp magnets, their clamp magnets actually have a thicker clamp than a lot of the other magnets that we use, which is a little strange, but I guess they wanted to have a little bit more thicker protection for the neodymium magnet.
I was told, whether it's right, which I think it is, that Kratos magnets,
Mhm.
there's a company in the UK called Magnet Store,
Yeah.
and they are the same magnet that Kratos sell. Okay, they call them a different name. I think they call it like the G70, the G8, and so on. But it is slightly, I think they do a G120, which is a 360, which I had one, which I actually sold because we were comparing it to the Evolution, the Evo Extreme, and it was lacking in some departments. And the two companies must get their magnets from the same source. Okay, they call them a different thing.
Well, we all know where all neodymium comes from. It's
Yeah.
over. So, I mean, it's the same material, but who knows about the manufacturing?
Yeah, but we have noticed that if any magnet has sold from the US into the UK, with regarding to the magnet cost and the shipping, then this tax on top, whereby if you sell a magnet, send a magnet from the UK over to the States, you've got the cost of the magnet and the shipping, but no tax to pay.
Huh.
You too, Ron. Thanks for coming in. Alpine, you're welcome. Yeah, that makes it easier to find channels. If you're blue, just touch another channel and you can go check them out and like and subscribe.
The power of the Smurf. But
I was reading the chat.
yeah, speaking of power, how Ohio River History says he's still using his Titan. I know I blurted this out a couple weeks back, but that orange object that I found from that river 2 weeks back, yeah, I figured out what it was last Saturday. I found a piece of it. It definitely is not a wheel hub. It is part of a drill derrick for where the plate goes down onto the platform where you take the drill. There's always a plate that has grease and mud that goes through like 2 or 3 different hoses. I found that connector.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm still missing the other 2, so maybe this new magnet will help me find that. Or maybe like what Ray said, maybe I'll crack it in half and then I'll be like, oh, there goes $280. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I mean, that's a chance you take every time you throw it in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't cracked my Poseidon in half with the way I throw it against rocks. I guess I'm just lucky,
Yeah.
but I've got so many different things stuck in the shed out back. I don't know what to do with.
There's one
As
thing.
Brock-
There's one thing you could do, Willie. That send over your vehicle, because it'd be ideal for carrying the magnets and the scrap.
True, but I believe it's too large of a cubic motor for over there, isn't it? My large old vehicle's a V8, so.
Oh well, no. We actually, would you believe, there's one or two of the old Chevy and the Fords with the V8s pickups are fetching very good money over here.
Wow.
Really,
Oh yeah.
that's pretty
That's
impressive.
surprising over here what they bring.
Yeah.
Like the old 70s, and well, actually, we call a Chevy square body. It was started in 73 and ended around 84 or 5. You know, which they were $3,000 or $4,000 new. You can't touch one of them for that now.
No.
True.
There's one bonus here, Beard, because if we buy, or we got a truck that's been imported into the UK, and say we're talking it was a 1960s model, say, there's one thing that the government, if you like, have given us a bonus, meaning number one, we don't have to pay any road tax, a yearly tax, and secondly, the Ministry of Transport test, which is the MOT test, which is every year. After a new car is 3 years old, it has to have a test each year.
Yeah.
Well, of course, if the car is over 60 years old, that is exempt as well.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice loophole.
That's cool.
So consequently, some of the very older type cars, like 1966 and around that era, yes, you can have one. You can still take it to a testing station and get it tested. There's nothing stopping you, but you don't have to.
That's awesome. Here, I forget how old it is. It's got to be certain years old and so many miles before you have to have them inspected here.
Yeah. Well, back
25 years for a antique tag. I know that. At least
well,
that's
sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I got a question though. For those lucky few individuals who own an American vehicle over in the UK, have they been converted on the steering wheel, or
No.
are they still on the same side as all of us Americans?
They're still on the left-hand side.
Bet that can be a little confusing for anyone who usually.
Well, it isn't confusing once you get the hang of it, because if you think of it, you're driving on the left, but you are sitting on the left, but driving on the left, so you're on the curb side. So consequently, every maneuver that you do, you have to have the wits about you.
Did an interesting vehicle detail a couple years back. Someone bought I think it was a Range Rover, one of the large safari vehicles from Australia.
Yeah.
Brought it all the way back over here, and we detailed it for them, and then it was going to be shipped clear from my home state in Kansas clear to California on the West Coast, and then they were going to spend thousands of dollars to convert the vehicle from the right side to the left side. And I'm just standing here thinking, why would you want to convert the vehicle? I mean, it's no different than driving any other vehicle, but I mean, the person who bought it for something like that. But it's just crazy how they told us how much they spent for it over in tax and everything, and then they spend like another 40 grand trying to convert it. But I don't know. That's just,
That's
it was a
when you
weird day that day.
That's when you got more money than sense.
Yeah, and the crazy part was the vehicle, it wouldn't even fit in the box truck because it was too tall. It wouldn't fit at all. They tried taking off the rack on the top for everyone's luggage. That didn't even work. They tried deflating the tires, still didn't work. So it's like, hey man, this is your problem, not ours.
Yeah.
Well, with the Range Rover, or they actually make them about 15 miles from where I live, and they're still sort of classed as one of the iconic 4x4s over here and quite a few other places. Okay, the one that tends to sort of link them or gives them a run for the money is possibly one of the Toyota Land Cruisers and also the Mercedes G-Wagon.
Mm-hmm.
But sort of we're fortunate that Japan drive on the same side as UK, like with South Africa and Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So consequently, if we do pick up something from there, well, of course, we don't have to do any conversion. They're A-OK.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine the difficulty for you coming over here and then getting in a car and taking off and not wanting to be on the wrong side of the road.
To be truthful, Beard, after about the first, say, 15, 20 minutes, I get back into the swing of it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I always think when I'm driving up the motorway in the UK, compare that to one of your freeways in the States, and I'm thinking, no, you can't do that over here, i.e. in the UK, but you can do it over in the States. And I think that is where, like, overtaking, it can't be done. And likewise, when you come up to a traffic light and, okay, you can turn right at a red light, not all cases, but majority. Back here, no way, unless there's a filter which tells you, oh, yes, you can, i.e. we go to the left, no problem. But the majority of lights, no, when it goes green, you can.
Right.
Difference in countries.
Yeah.
But I think with even now in Spain, they're getting to a state of similar to the UK, where they've got these average speed cameras because people were like speeding up and then slowing down, speeding up. Now they're sort of getting one step ahead.
Well, they do that here a lot. If there's a passing lane coming up, they're driving like 50 miles an hour. They get that passing lane running 80, so you can't pass them. Then whenever the passing lane's gone, they slow back down again.
Yeah, that's trouble in a lot of the areas. And then on top of that, when they're doing road construction and overlaying all of those, it takes even longer.
Well, I was quite surprised going down to Nashville, and there was some speed limits of 50, and I was doing 50, and cars were just flashing past as if there was no tomorrow. And even the HGVs, the heavy goods lot, they were doing the same. And I'm thinking, where are we? Don't we take any notice of what the speed is?
Not really.
There's a lot of places that a speed limit sign is just a suggestion.
That's true.
I was in Dallas one time, and I think the speed limit was 70. And if you wasn't running 90, you were getting run over.
Yeah, especially when you get on 3 or 4 lane highways.
Yeah.
Then it gets even more confusing.
Well, back home now, they've got what have called Community Watch, and they have the radar guns in the smaller places, and if you've gone over the speed limit, depending on, okay, they give a little tolerance, but if for instance, you're in a 30 mile an hour and a person's going 35, then they won't give you a ticket, but the police will send you a letter stating what speed you were going. And they won't prosecute or give any points on your license, but they're just sending a warning out to you that they will be in that area, and of course, if they are there, yes, you'll get points on your license and a fine.
That's
Sounds
crazy.
like the freeways almost, or the
But that's how it should be. A lot of
turnpike.
places.
Sounds like a turnpike almost.
This
With all the
road out here by our house, the speed limit's 40, but people run down at 60, 65. It's just unbelievable how fast they go down through there.
Oh. Well, they'll be racking up a few fines here then.
Yeah.
DWF.
Yeah. I know when I was in Dallas, at Dallas Fort Worth, I can't remember now. I think it was 4 lanes. But yeah, you're running like 90, and the car in front of you is like 2 feet in front of you. The one behind you is 2 feet behind, and one on each side. And you're running. But I think we're going to call it a night, call it a little early tonight. We thank you guys for coming up. If you want to hang out after we close the live, you're more than welcome. Thank you all for coming in and joining us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to try to con Ray into coming back to the U.S. next year.
Yes.
It will be in Wisconsin, Ray. I can tell you that much.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
But as far as the location, I know there's a couple spots they're talking about,
Yeah.
but they want to go check both places out, see which is better, and then they'll let the exact location known. I think they said 2 or 3 months before the event.
They
Okay.
need to know before then. Like,
Well, if it's in Wisconsin,
yeah. Yeah, but he schedules way ahead of time.
yeah, I will have tell Clay or Jen to reach out to you and let you know
Yeah.
something.
Okay. Are you going sort of without giving the game away? Are you just going up for say a week, or will you be much longer?
Well, we stayed 2 weeks this
Yep.
year. And when we got there, Risha's like, well, me and her both 2 weeks. I don't know.
It was like the second day, and we're like,
Yeah,
I don't know. If
yeah, that was the first day when we got there. The second day, we're like, 2 weeks ain't long enough. Good night, Brockton. Brian,
Bye,
thanks again, brother. I can't believe that I won that.
yeah.
That's incredible.
Luck of the draw.
And we can't wait to get out there for the hunt you're having.
Not Brockton.
And
Hi,
sometime
everybody.
maybe we can get back out there and go to that bridge you're talking about and see what we can find.
Yeah, let me know.
If there's some goody stuff supposed to be in that water there, we'll have to come check it out.
I got attacked by mosquitoes just checking the pool.
Yeah. But like I say, they're wanting to do 4 operations, and I don't know exactly when those are going to be and how long it's going to take. I know this one was like 14 days before they took the bandages off or something like that. Then I had physical therapy and all that fun stuff.
That was a
But,
bad wreck.
Yeah. But we love you guys. Have a great night. Make sure you check everybody out in here. Hopefully I can hit the lives tomorrow night.
Yeah.
My cousin, his daughter, 41, passed away, and they're having her visitation tomorrow. So I'll be going to that. So I will try to catch the lives when I can. We love you guys. Thank you for all the love and support you've given us.
Thanks for coming in.
We
Have a
will
good night.
see you all later. Take care.